Today, I'm pulling together a vignette for our side table for fall and Halloween using treasured items that I love. And as I do that, I'll be sharing some design secrets as well as stories behind the pieces in the hopes that you might find a little inspiration for your own personal decorating. Hi there, I'm Christina Stewart, and for almost 20 years now, I have been applying design principles not only to artwork that I create, but also in my personal life too, like when I'm decorating for our house. Now this video is in response to the one that I shared 2 weeks ago, where I showed the process of decorating our mantle for fall. A lot of you liked and watched that video, and so I wanted to create a similar video along those lines, but on a smaller scale using items that I didn't show before. Let's get started. Right now, the table is bare and cold. There's nothing to draw the eye in. But when you place an anchor piece on the table, everything changes. This glass lamp is the largest and tallest piece I'll use. It'll ground everything that gets placed beside it. We bought the lamp years ago because I couldn't resist the amber orange color or its sleek shape. The contrast of the tall neck against the round bottom is so interesting, and the lamp looks especially beautiful this time of year. Next, I'm placing a fun Halloween sculpture a friend gave to me. It's made from painted wood, so there's a contrast between the cool glass of the lamp and the warm wood. Contrast is your secret weapon when it comes to making arrangements more visually interesting. The sculpture also has copper details that lend even more contrast to the glass and wood. Notice the differing height from the lamp too, but also notice the orange jack-o'-lantern. The color brings harmony to the arrangement because both the lamp and the pumpkin have orange in them. Next, I'm adding a knitted Halloween pumpkin I made, complete with a copper stem made from the scraps of leftover copper jewelry. With the yarn, I've introduced yet another texture for contrast, and it has a different height from both the lamp and the sculpture. But it also repeats the copper as well as the black and orange colors, so there's harmony too. Now I could stop here and the vignette would look complete. But because there's more space to fill on the tabletop, I'm going to add a little bit more. Let's balance this arrangement by adding a small glass vase with vibrant orange wheat stalks. If you watched my other video, you might remember I also used these stalks on the mantle, but placed inside a different vase. So this piece is doing double duty by adding variety to the table while repeating an element found across the room, which is pleasing to the eye. Notice how the overall shape of the vase with wheat mimics the shape of the lamp without being an exact replica. It also repeats the glass texture in that beautiful red-orange found in the other pieces. Last, but definitely not least, we'll add a stack of clay coasters, because every table needs coasters, right? I found these at a local artist market and fell in love with the messy, imperfect imprints. The creamy color repeats the color of the lampshade and also lightens up the darker colors found elsewhere on the table. Notice the stack of coasters is the shortest element on the table, which adds to the overall visual interest. When you view the entire vignette, there's a visual flow that's really nice. Your eyes move from one piece to the next, and it feels complete. By the way, using either 3 or 5 elements in a vignette is a great number to use. Our brains tend to prefer designs that use an odd number of elements versus an even number. To prove the point, watch what happens when I remove just one piece. Even if I move one of the other pieces to fill its space, it looks like something is missing. But when I put the pumpkin back, everything feels complete again. Now, this small table is as Halloween as it gets over here. And I know some of you really like to splurge on Halloween decor, but it only takes a few simple touches to make a big impact, if that's your preference. And there you have it. To create your own personal vignette for Halloween and fall, choose 3 to 5 pieces that have special meaning to you. Maybe they are pieces that you tend to reuse each time the season comes around. Ensure they're different from each other, perhaps in size and texture, but also ensure that they have elements that tie them together, like maybe color and shape. Layer them together, starting with the anchor piece, so that your eye is free to move throughout the arrangement, and you'll sense when it feels complete. I hope you learned something new from this video and it inspires you to create your own beautiful arrangement. And I invite you to watch the video that I mentioned that I shared 2 weeks ago. If you haven't already seen it, I'll link it at the end. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every view, like, comment, and subscription to my channel. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.